Ayo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Ace. This is Fantasized Football. We are back once again, bringing y'all some more fantasy football content for the 2021 fantasy football season. And I am here today bringing y'all my favorite trade targets of the week for week 7 of the fantasy football season, as well as my sell high of the week. But before we get into that, the main event, the meat and potatoes, quick shout out to each and every one of y'all that come by on a weekly basis, showing your boy some love and support, helping the channel to grow. It really, from the bottom of my heart, means the absolute world to me. I could not thank you guys enough. But if you're new to the channel, welcome to my humble abode. I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do at any point, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Help me reach my goal of 500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the fantasy football season. I would appreciate any and all help getting there. Also, make sure you are dropping your start-sit comments for us. Start-sit questions in the comments below for Saturday's video. I'd really, really appreciate that. But like I alluded to before, we got my favorite trade targets of the week as well as my sell high of the week. We got a lot to get to: quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight end, in the sell high of the week. So without further ado, let's kick it off with my quarterback trade target of the week, which is going to be Matt Stafford of the LA Rams. What has Matt Stafford got going on this week? Do you know? Revenge game. You know what we love around here? Revenge games. Going up against Detroit, who just let up 275 yards and 3 touchdowns to Joe Burrow last week. Now, Matt Stafford himself has been on fire. He has been steaming hot. So you are not buying low, but I do think it is worth paying for the production of Matt Stafford. And I'll tell you why. He's had 300 or more yards or 3 touchdowns in 4 out of 6 games. He's on a 5,200 yard pace and a 45 touchdown pace through the first 6 games of the season. If that's not enough, let me just drizzle the icing on the cake of that young boy, Matt Stafford. Rest of season schedule for Matt Stafford. You ready for this? Like I said, he's got Detroit next week. Then he has Houston, Tennessee, San Fran, Green Bay, Jacksonville, Arizona, Seattle, Minnesota, Baltimore. Bing, bang, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam, wop, boom, boom, wha-bam, wha-bam. I think now is a great time to go out and try to trade for Matt Stafford if you need help at the quarterback position, because I do expect this high level of production that we have seen from him to continue moving forward. But if you don't need help at quarterback and you need help at running back, the first player I would be looking to trade for this week is Leonard Fournette of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Playoff Lenny. Now, who's going to want a lot for Leonard Fournette, right? Who's going to want a lot for Leonard Fournette? A lot of the time, Leonard Fournette's going to be the RB3, the RB4 on the fantasy manager's roster. And if you can fill a hole on their roster, I'm sure you could get Leonard Fournette for a relatively reasonable price. And he has been very, very productive these past few weeks. He seems to have kind of like a stranglehold on this lead back role for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which we all know is a very, very valuable role. Ronald Jones hasn't seen more than 6 carries in a single game this season. And as for Leonard Fournette, he's seen 15 or more opportunities and 5+ targets in 4 out of his last 6 games, 25 or more opportunities in 2 of the last 3 games. So the volume has been there for Leonard Fournette. He's playing on a very, very good offense run by Tom Brady, a potent offense that's going to be in a lot of game scripts that allow for Leonard Fournette to get a lot of volume and a lot of valuable touches. He's been getting the targets, he's actually been catching the ball, and he's going to be getting the goal line work. So if you need help at the running back position, Leonard Fournette is going to be my top trade target here in week 7 of the fantasy football season. But if you really want to just like go for the gusto, you want to just swing for the fences, I'd be looking to try to trade for Jonathan Taylor of the Indianapolis Colts, right? Now, Jonathan Taylor has been great. I would like to see him in more of a bell cow role, like a 20-25 touch-a-game role, but the role he's in now should give him a better chance of staying healthy, which we do like to see as well. He's averaging 147 yards and nearly 2 touchdowns a game over his past 3 games. You are buying high on the production. Do I expect this exact level of production to continue? No, probably not. But I do think he should be very productive for the rest of the year, right? He's been far and away the best running back in his system, and hopefully we might see a little bit more usage of Jonathan Taylor, not only on the ground, but in the passing game moving forward. He's got San Fran, Tennessee, New York Jets in his next 3 matchups. And then as for the playoff schedule, he's got New England, Arizona, and then in championship week, this is the biggest takeaway here. This is the biggest takeaway. Championship week, Jonathan Taylor plays the Houston Texans. He could legitimately win you your league. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns. I would not be surprised whatsoever. So if you need help at running back, I'm looking at Leonard Fournette, and I'm looking at Jonathan Taylor. If you want to just go for the hoot and hollering gusto, right? How you like that, YouTube? How you like that? Family friendly channel over here. We don't swear. We do not swear. Anyways, moving on from the running back position, we're going to hop over to the wide receiver position. And my first trade target of the week is going to be Keenan Allen of the LA Chargers. Now, he's coming off of his worst game of the season, and he's going into a bye week, so I think this is a great opportunity to buy low on Keenan Allen. He has been a little lackluster in terms of his production, but he's at 8 or more targets in 5 out of 6 games, a 164 target pace. I expect positive regression from Keenan Allen. He's only had 1 touchdown all season. Never been a huge touchdown guy, but I do expect him to find the end zone more frequently in this Justin Herbert-led offense. This is a fast-paced, high-scoring offense, a potent offense, and I expect Keenan Allen to regress to the mean. He has not broke 100 yards since week 1, so I also expect positive regression in terms of the yardage. So with the positive regression incoming, with the volume being there, I think Keenan Allen is a great trade target here in week 7. You do got to kind of bite the bullet of him having to buy this week, but it makes it easier for you to get him at a more reasonable price. Now, moving on from Keenan Allen, my other wide receiver trade target of the week is going to be Devonte Smith of the Philadelphia Eagles, right? He's coming off his lowest volume game of the season with only 4 targets. Outside of that, he's seen 6 or more targets in every single game. Now, I do think he is, like Keenan Allen, a candidate for positive touchdown regression. He's only scored 1 touchdown all season. He has been productive, though, and now there is more opportunities for volume here for the Philadelphia Eagles as a whole, with Zach Ertz out of the picture, who's had 6 or more targets in each of the last 4 weeks. So this is great for Devonte Smith, all the other pass catchers in this Philadelphia offense, allowing for them to see more volume with Zach Ertz out of the picture. I expect positive regression in terms of the touchdowns for Devonte Smith. So I'd be looking to trade for Devonte Smith and Keenan Allen if you need help at the wide receiver position. But like I mentioned with Zach Ertz and Devonte Smith, we're hopping over to my tight end trade target of the week, and we're sticking with the Eagles. We're going with Dallas Goddard here. Now, Dallas Goddard missed last week, right? But before that, he had not eclipsed 5 targets in a single game this season. And a lot like I just mentioned with Devonte Smith, I'm not going to repeat myself over and over again here, but I expect with Zach Ertz out of the picture, there'll be more volume to go around with everyone else, right? I expect Dallas Goddard to be a main benefactor, Devonte Smith to be a main benefactor here. He's the lone tight end in this offense, and I expect him to see a lot more volume moving forward. Do I expect him to all of a sudden shoot to like an 8-10 target a week kind of pace moving forward? No. But if he's seeing 6 to 8 targets, 6 to 7 targets a week, that is a valuable role at the tight end position. We know Dallas Goddard is a very talented player, and hopefully his production can match his talent level moving forward if he is seeing this volume with Zach Ertz out of the picture. So that is my trade targets of the week. We'll quickly recap. We have Matt Stafford at quarterback, Leonard Fournette, playoff Lenny, Jonathan Taylor at running back, wide receiver. We have Keenan Allen and Devonte Smith, and we're sticking with the Eagles at tight end with Dallas Goddard as my trade targets of the week. And now it's time for the sell high of the week, y'all. So get on ready here. I got a little cop out here. I'm not going to lie. So I might just give you 2. I got one in my head that I was thinking about too. So I might just throw that out there too. It was kind of tough finding a sell high of the week. There was a lot of great performances, but nobody that I really wanted to get rid of. So I went with Dalton Schultz of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Dalton Schultz does have a bye this week, so it may be tough to kind of get off of him. So that's why I'm going to throw you guys a bone after this and give you another one. But I do think it's a good time to try to move on from Dalton Schultz and get what you can for him. He's the tight end 4 right now. So there's going to be a manager in your league that's weak at tight end that needs help, that would be willing to give you some assets in return for Dalton Schultz. And the reason why I want to get rid of Dalton Schultz is not because of the bye week, but it is because Michael Gallup should be coming back after the bye week. If not after the bye week, probably a week after that. And once Gallup comes back, I expect Dalton Schultz's role in this offense to be quite minimalized, right? I expect him to have a much smaller role with Michael Gallup back in the offense, because I expect Gallup to come back in and resume that role as the 3rd option on this team that Dalton Schultz has kind of taken over since he's been out of the lineup. So that is why I'm looking to move on from Dalton Schultz. But if that's not good enough for y'all, I'll just throw you another bone. It's going to be Henry Ruggs of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I don't got anything here. I'm just spitting off the top of my head, so bear with me here. But if I'm correct, last week, Ruggs had 4 targets, 3 catches for like just under 100 yards and a touchdown, right? Now, this offense as a whole is kind of hard to predict. It's kind of hard to put your finger on right now with the situation with the coaching staff. They looked great last week, but Darren Waller is going to be more involved. Bryan Edwards is going to get his. It seems like they want to use Kenyon Drake a little bit more. And the volume, the consistency just hasn't been there for Henry Ruggs. So if you can go out and move Henry Ruggs plus a little something, get yourself some help somewhere else, tight end, running back, quarterback, whatever it may be, or maybe even just upgrade at receiver with Henry Ruggs plus a little something, I think it's a great time to move on from Henry Ruggs. So look at that. I gave y'all some extras. I gave y'all a double time sell high of the week. I sell highs of the week. The sell highs of the week. Dalton, Schultz, Henry Ruggs. Schultz, Michael Gallup coming back, bye week. Tight end 4 up to this point. Henry Ruggs, inconsistency. Volume's not there. Do not trust this offense moving forward, or at least the consistency in terms of volume for everybody involved that is not named Darren mother freaking Waller. Now, that is it. That is all. That is all there is. Me and my boy, we are done for today. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Help me reach my goal of 500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the fantasy football season. I really appreciate any and all help reaching that goal. Make sure you're dropping your start sit comments and any other questions. Start sit questions down in the comments, or any other questions you may have. Make sure you're leaving them in the comments, or the YouTube comments, that is, or you are leaving them on my socials, Instagram, Twitter. Links will be down in the description below. Feel free to drop you guys' own trade targets of the week, guys you'd be looking to trade for, anyone you'd be looking to sell high on. I would love to interact with each and every one of you so very much. But I'm done. That is it. That is all. That is all there is. Me, my boy, we are out. We will catch y'all next time. And as always, thank you, love you, peace.